then they blow off the top of the mountain, and they take all the like rubble and all the stuff, and they dump it in the streams, pollutes the water, and then they like just take out all the coal, and then
are the largest purchaser of mountaintop removal coal in the nation and possibly the world. And unfortunately, I don't think that you have an idea of the destruction that it's causing to the people and the communities in Appalachia, the mountains, the heritage, the culture that makes Appalachia what it is. This is a story from the Portrait Story Project, a dear friend, Judy Bonds. And the Portrait Story Project is dedicated to allowing people to voice their story and do an independent media and say how mountaintop removal and coal mining has had a negative effect on their life and destroyed their streams and their wildlife that they grew up with. Judy Bonds reads, "The seventh sense, the sense of place, a sense of where you came from, of where you are, where you belong. This is what makes you who you are. It drives us to go home. This sense is strong in mountain people, everywhere, all over the world. Some of us Appalachian mountain people feel that tug to our heart to go home. I am a mountaineer, a hillbilly. My family has been here for at least 10 generations, forever. This is why mountaintop removal, strip mining is such a passionate issue for us, mountaineers and hillbillies. It is who we are, where we belong. Mountaintop removal is a crime against men and nature and against God. God must turn his eyes away from the greed and evil here in Appalachia. Greed is the reason coal company and their kind want mountaintop removal. It is ethnic genocide. My grandma helped hand dig the main road we drive on here, Route 3. And as the coal industry is backed by the government, they continue to displace and poison humans. They are also poisoning and displacing the innocent wildlife here as well. I was born and raised in Marfork in the Coal River Valley of southern West Virginia, America's energy sacrifice zone. 6 generations of my family lived in Marfork, 10 in the Coal River Valley. As long as I lived there in Marfork, I never saw the wildlife come into my habitat. I knew they lived above me in the head of the holler, in their habitat, but I never saw them until I went into their habitat. Until Massey Energy Coal Company invaded my holler in Marfork in 1995. The irresponsible mining and destruction that followed ran away my lifelong neighbors one by one. The coal dust, the silica dust, the blasts and black and orange water pollution, the fish kills in our stream ran everyone off. It destroyed and murdered the innocent wildlife too. The bears and the snakes, the raccoons and the possums fled the hills and were starving, and the squirrels scattered there. The clear cut from chainsaws made them run as their homes were cut down and dens covered up by bulldozers. Some say they could hear mama bears scream as their baby cubs were covered up. The mass murder must have been heartbreaking to our Lord God as well. After the clear cut, some of us humans witnessed more evil as the bears would wander the new wastelands, starving, lost for home. Some strip miners or strippers watched a large mama bear walk across an area that had been readied for a large blast, and they waited until she walked on top of the charge and then set it off, blowing her to bits. My friend who had hid and watched this wept. Another friend watched dozens of men on their coal machines cover up a cave with 2 baby bear cubs on it, as the mama bear screamed and squealed, and as only to see this loss. It was a sight of evil and of greed. That story is from Judy Bond. She's fighting in the Coal River Valley right now, and the coal that you all are buying is actually about to destroy the last mountain in the Coal River Valley, Coal River Mountain. And I've just started blasting, so you all, the largest purchasers of mountaintop removal coal, can do something to prevent horrific stories like this from continuing.
Shirt that says stop mountaintop removal. I should make one for her.
From the cradle to the grave, coal is dirty, dangerous, and destructive.